Hello and welcome to another edition, episode 62 of the Are You Ready Wrestling Podcast here on Newport City Radio. This week, I'm Luke and I'm going to be kicking off the podcast by talking about that match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar.
Hi, I'm Peter. For my segment this week, I'm talking Wrestlepalooza.
Hi, I'm Jack. For my segment this week, I'll be talking all things Crown Jewel.
Lots to discuss this week. As ever, we didn't even mention the other pay-per-view that I personally sat through yesterday, that being AEW All Out. We'll come to that towards the end of this week's podcast because I have a lot of thoughts on that. I thought it was a very good pay-per-view, but we'll come on to that towards the end. How are we doing?
Very well.
How are you,
Very
Jack?
good. Very good.
You've got a what can only be described as a jug worth of a
Yes.
certain energy drink sat beside you.
Yes.
Are you hyped up for this?
Quite slightly, yes.
Slightly,
Yes.
quite slightly. Someone who needs no energy drink to be hyped up.
None at all.
Not at all. Hello, Curtis.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Have we watched too much wrestling? I think we said at the end of, I think when we last caught up with the good people of the Are You Ready world, we said that
Yes.
we're going to watch 2 pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDown, NXT Homecoming, which is a great show. Normally that would probably be one of the things we talk about, but because there's so much going on, we probably won't get around to that this week.
Next week.
Yeah, there's just been so much.
Been a lot on.
Including sitting through 7 hours of consecutive wrestling yesterday. Some of it overlapped.
Did.
So
It did.
we're going to start off this week by starting off where WWE started off last night. It was their first premium live event, or pay-per-view if you want to be old-fashioned, event on ESPN, on the new ESPN app in America, Wrestle. How did you introduce it then, Curtis?
Wrestlepalooza.
Are you copying Cody Rhodes there?
The champ is back.
It was Wrestlepalooza from Indianapolis. Pat McAfee was back on commentary for a couple of matches. How did we feel about-
Question. Why did he just disappear?
Busy man.
know.
Busy man.
Why did he just randomly disappear halfway through the show?
As Jack said, I'd imagine he's probably busy.
NFL stuff.
But why? What's the point in him coming back just for him to then disappear?
It was in Indianapolis, and it was nice for him to get a pop.
Yeah.
And he just called a few matches and then just randomly disappeared. So pointless.
Yeah.
Stay for the whole show. Or
You
just
seem
turn up.
You've seen drinking a beer as well.
Or he could just come out and announce the attendance and then just
True.
go.
I thought that's what The Undertaker was doing when
Yeah.
he came out on his
same.
bike. I thought,
Yeah.
okay,
That's what
Attendance time.
Cultaholic put on their Instagram
Yeah.
when he came out. Let me guess, he's going to come out and announce the record breaking attendance again.
Again.
this is the highest gate show for any show we've ever done in Indianapolis.
I think there was 15,000 there, I think, what Michael said.
And that's impressive considering they only announced the premium live events, 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long.
They've got one next month as well.
They do. They're going down under next month,
Yeah, they're
Down
going to
under.
the other side of the world.
not the
That's
UK.
Screw you. Screw you.
But anyway,
Breaking news.
go on.
You're no longer the predictions champion.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
We have a and new, and unfortunately it's not me. It is the one and only, the reigning, defending,
Thank
the
you.
undisputed, Are You Ready predictions champion, Jack Cartwright.
Yes, thank you very
need to
much.
give him the big Paul Heyman introduction then.
Absolutely
Yes.
not.
Reigning, defending, undisputed
Are you
man of the world.
Jack Cartwright?
Feels strange.
Should I do a proper Paul Heyman?
This is it.
Do it off air. We'll do it off air.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack is your champion. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Good. That means all 3 of us have had the title now.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Thanks to a spinning wheel.
We all drew.
Fun.
One
of the predictions we all got wrong was we all thought that John Cena would beat Brock Lesnar.
We did.
Shocking off.
We claim to be experts here on this podcast, but
Clearly not.
clearly not. I think that it was a relatively short match considering what we thought we'd see. It was very dominant, one-sided, that being Brock Lesnar. First and foremost, I thought it was nice of John Cena to come out with a load of children and make their day, make their month, probably make their
lives.
That's something you probably look back on in 10 years' time and think, oh, that was me. I think that we know that John Cena doesn't have any advertised dates now between this event and the next Premium Live event, which is Crown Jewel in Australia. Could we see him face Brock again? Potentially, yeah. But I think, especially with Paul Heyman introducing Brock, people online have said that it's kind of like a nostalgia one-time thing, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't see it that way.
Because he come out with a vision.
Because on Friday Night SmackDown, Brock ran into Paul Heyman in the vision and said, we need to talk. And obviously they did, which led to the introduction of Brock Lesnar by Paul Heyman. But I think this is the clearest indication yet that we are heading towards War Games with Brock Lesnar and John Cena. I think that Brock will have some kind of deal in place with the Vision.
Yeah.
Could you potentially see Cena face one of the Vision at a Crown Jewel? I don't know. Bronson Reed, maybe. Obviously, Bronson Reed's Australian. He missed the last Crown Jewel, so they probably want to put him in a big spotlight. I can't think of any bigger spotlight than the greatest of all time, John Cena.
Yeah. I have a theory on...
Go on, Jack.
Theory
away.
The Crown Jewel involvement. I'm hoping that the Vision get a title shot at Perth.
For the Raw Tag Team Champions?
Tag Team titles, yeah.
Is that the WWE World Tag Team Champions? I get confused between the two sets.
I think the Worlds are on Raw.
And then the WWE wins on SmackDown.
Yeah. Of whoever the champions are at one point, I think they're going to receive a massive push now between now and the Rumble to trade them as a dominant force going into the next few months.
Okay. Curtis, what do you think?
I think it's unexpected that Brock has won.
Very unexpected, yeah.
Because we all thought Cena would win, wouldn't we?
Yes, we all said Cena.
I was hoping for a Cena win. I think... I forgot what I was going to say now. I need a break, boys. I need a break.
Well, what's the good thing you get one next week?
He's
not here next week, people.
He's going on a hiatus again.
Again.
Is he Roman Reigns?
He's slowly turning into Roman Reigns.
Now, I think it's unexpected that Brock won, but Brock coming back and being who he is means he is going to win more than he loses.
Yeah.
With it being Cena's retirement tour, you'd think he'd win the rest from now up until...
We've got some guests in at Newport City Radio today, so if you hear any background music, they're trying to record something at the moment, just like we're trying to record this podcast. Anyway, Curtis, you were saying.
Anyway, I was saying before whatever the hell was right there. You'd think it being his retirement tour, you'd think it would be he'd win his rest of his matches up until his retirement match, and then he'd lose. But I mean, the last match he lost before Brock was the match against Cody for the world title. You would have thought after losing the title, he would just go on a run of winning, and then the person who was going to retire, John Cena, would obviously beat him, and then that'll be his last match there. But clearly not. He lost to Brock Lesnar.
He did.
And weird to see Brock Lesnar back in a WWE ring, though, isn't it?
It is.
After so
it's still a very, very raw, weird.
Yeah,
thing.
It's an interesting aspect, I'd say.
Very, very similar to when he beat Cena at SummerSlam, the match, I believe.
Yeah, they made numerous callbacks to that match during that match.
Just the way he was like so dominant, and I was
I think Michael Cole said it was kind of his.
Yeah,
he's never seen anyone manhandle John Cena like that, and only Brock Lesnar can do that. Can we take a minute to appreciate Corey Graves, please? I mean,
check on him. See if
I have 3 words for him, and 3 words only.
Go on.
Rest in peace.
I think people forget he's not a lifelong natural commentator.
No, he
was a professional wrestler.
He used to be a wrestler. He wrestled.
It's been 10 years since he took a
NXT
bump in the ring. That's his first in 10 years.
he had a career-ending concussion.
Yeah.
Which meant obviously he had to retire. He was given the all clear a year or so ago, which led people then to speculate could he return at some point during everything, but it hasn't happened so far.
They wouldn't have let him take a bump if they weren't planning something, I reckon.
Would you like to see Corey Graves get back in the ring?
Personally, yes,
absolutely
I do.
Mauled against Brock Lesnar, though.
Against Lesnar.
Brutally
against Lesnar.
Interesting to say the least.
It'd be very one-sided.
One-sided. But then do we see Corey Graves beating Brock Lesnar?
Oh.
There's a slight chance. Very slim, but
very slim, yeah.
But then wouldn't that position your commentators as being better performers than your actual superstars on a week-in, week-out basis?
Well, Corey Corey was a performer.
But then Brock Lesnar is not a week-in, week-out wrestler. No. He's only just come back to the company.
After 2 years.
After 2 years when he wasn't expected to ever return to the company.
Ever.
But he's back. And yeah, he's probably the craziest wrestler at the moment. And imagine they did like a triple threat, which could happen. Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, and Brock Lesnar. That would be like suplex F5 after.
Also, what was it the Big E said? Big meaty men slapping meat. It was be a Big E special match. Anyway,
wrestle.
No. Curtis, do you think that we are heading towards War Games for this? I know we've mentioned it with other feuds, but I think they could tie this all together quite nicely now.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that could happen, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way we're looking for it to be.
The build started for War Games towards NXT. I think.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk about that. I don't know whether it was just promo or whether it was, just seriousness. Triple H and Shawn Michaels were obviously at the NXT Homecoming.
Yeah.
They were.
And
had a bit of a tiff.
One, Triple H said, "What happens if I was to come back?" And then Shawn Michaels said,
"We'd have a massive problem."
That we'd have a massive problem. And then William Regal came out and then just said, "War Games." And then someone said it. Charlotte Flair and all that came out. What was the point of that? Was that serious?
I think it was just a bit of a wind up.
Just a bit of a...
To get Triple H on the show. I know he was there and said this is where a lot of the superstars made their name. This is where we used to call home.
Yeah.
For so many years. Welcome back to Full Sail University. Did any of you see this show on Tuesday night?
Yes,
I've seen bits of it.
I've seen bits and bobs.
I thought it was a really, really good show.
I love the fact that someone said War Games in the crowd before William Regal said it. He's like, "That's my line."
And then he went and said it anyway.
Yeah.
What's really interesting with that is obviously we know that Trick Williams is the TNA World title holder. Mm-hmm. And apart from Joe Hendry, who seems to be a WWE wrestler anyway now.
Yeah, it's looking that way, yeah.
They didn't have any TNA representation on the Homecoming show, which I think was done deliberately, because if you look at social media, a lot of the TNA wrestlers were saying, we need to do something about this. I think we're heading towards Invasion.
Ooh, 2.0.
I think we'll see TNA invade NXT.
That could be an interesting angle.
So that they can retain or get the world title back in TNA from Trick Williams.
Bragging rights, I assume.
Yes. I think we'll head towards a full-scale invasion. Whether we'll see like a Worlds Collide event or just an Invasion premium live event pay-per-view, I don't know, but I think that's where we're heading. Anyway, yes. So War Games. I think, as I say, we're heading there. I think one side we'll see CM Punk. I think we'll see Cody Rhodes. We'll come on to why I think Cody may be in a couple of seconds' time. I think we'll see Cena, of course. I think we'll see two more that I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Maybe Jey Uso and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've been involved with the Vision. Yeah. I think we'll see Seth. We'll see Ron and Bronson.
Boo.
I think we'll see Brock.
McIntyre.
And Beast. Potentially McIntyre.
Claymore.
That's what, yeah. If I say a wrestler, you're going to say like...
just one word to describe
one
them.
Word.
Liv Morgan.
Injured.
CM Punk.
Can't say the word I was going to use. If I was to pick one word for CM Punk, it would be punk.
Name a wrestler, Jack.
Drew McIntyre.
Claymore.
Cody Rhodes.
Nightmare.
Anyway, how do you feel about the All War Games team?
It would definitely be a very interesting
War Games
match, as we've had a couple over the last couple of years. As for one, I'm very interested to see where this is going towards Survivor Series. As much as I'm not necessarily a fan of the War Games style at the moment, we've had too many, in my opinion. At the moment, I miss the traditional 5-on-5 the way it was before, but hey ho.
Okay. What do you think, Curtis?
About what?
The 5-on-5, the War Games teams.
I think it's going to be a brutal war.
It always is.
Indeed.
Do we talk about Wrestlepalooza?
Sure.
Whatever you called it.
Sure. Well, Wrestlepalooza. What a palooza. So yes, Wrestlepalooza. We're going to talk about it. We're going to give you thoughts about it.
Break it down.
We're going to break it down. And it's probably going to be one hell of a palooza. Bit messy. And yeah, so I think it was a pretty decent event. But there's some stuff that I don't like that's happening recently as well, not just at Wrestlepalooza. I think that has happened quite a lot at previous events. I just don't like the fact that Triple H, the chief content creator for WWE, keeps saying that there's going to be big surprises. It's going to be the best event of all time. We're going to see stuff that we've never seen before, and it's nothing. It's literally nothing.
Do you not see that being him just trying to sell more pay-per-views?
But what's the point in saying that then? Because in a way, it's false advertisement.
False advertisement, yeah.
In a way, if you think of it that way, that's like saying it's kind of like us saying we're going to have the biggest guest of all time on this podcast, well-known person, and bring in someone like Adam on the podcast. Like, it's like, no offense, Adam, but
we've got, obviously you're not here next week, but the week after that, we've got the biggest and brightest talent in Depot City Radio. Whenever he's on, he just does amazingly well. There is no one like him. Curtis is going to be with us.
Yeah, not next week, the week after. But do you see what I mean, though? It's like, it's kind of saying, and it's just, yeah, it's poor in my eyes. It's poor. But yeah, I mean, there was only really one big surprise of the whole night.
It was.
And that was Stephanie McMahon is going to be inducted into the class of 2026 Hall of Fame.
It's early to announce, isn't it?
Very early.
I know.
Hall of Fame's not
Very
the night
early.
before WrestleMania.
I know, we're still...
Do we think they'll use this as a reason to get Vince McMahon back on TV? Even if he's just there when she's inducted?
How dare you even go there?
I'm being genuinely serious. Do you think that they'll use this to get Vince back on TV?
They did.
Probably.
They did feature him in footage before the.
I mean, probably. I mean, they've also
off.
changed the intro now as well.
They have. I've seen that.
They've updated it. It's a new one, which is quite cool.
Welcome change.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, what do you think, Luke? Especially it being on ESPN now.
It's their first show on
It's his
ESPN.
first show.
It was their first show on ESPN in America, as I mentioned at the top of the show.
Yes.
Why? It's a premium live event. This is what annoyed me the most. It's a premium live event, right? This is a pay-per-view. People are paid money to watch this.
I know where he's going.
Why are there adverts on this? Why? I don't pay my money to watch adverts. I pay my money to watch wrestling, not sit through adverts and just stream 4 minutes at a time.
The fact that I pay extra to watch Netflix without adverts, and then they go and do that. But adverts in a show that shouldn't have adverts. It's a premium live event. What's going on? If they didn't get enough money from Saudi Arabia with 350 million, I have no idea.
They're definitely getting it.
I want to see what their bank account's like. They've just been paid 350 million to take WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia.
Where's the statement?
Paid 5 million for it.
We need statements come out.
Yeah, we need these statements. I want to see their bank statements. This is ridiculous. Adverts in a live event after I paid to watch it, especially people in America. They've got. Don't you have to pay for ESPN to watch?
Yeah, they've said for a while that they need to pay for ESPN.
I have. Do you know what I think is going on?
What?
The world is corrupt, and WWE is heading corrupt.
Oh, God.
It's just going wrong and worse and worse. What's going on? Do you know what all this is? A palooza. It's just a massive palooza.
Yeah.
It's just a palooza. They also called it Wrestle Pizza. Palooza Pizza. This is why I need a break, boys. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing the mind over the fact there's adverts in a premium live event. What the hell?
I mean, I get it's the first. I think it's the first event on this new ESPN streaming app. They've got years of experience of, even if it's like video packages or backstage stuff, or what do they do for Raw? Because obviously there's no adverts on Raw for us in the UK. You'll have someone up in the skybox somewhere, or up
interviewing a wrestler.
Interviews.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that?
And they can even pre-record them as well. It doesn't even have to be live.
They filmed earlier today, like what they usually do with.
It could be like breaking news or something. I don't know, something interesting, not adverts about nothing.
Well, we didn't even get adverts. We got that music for 3 minutes, and then
what? Did. What like the it was wasn't it like the Saturday night's main event rubbish?
Something similar.
Like a tune you're never going to get.
What an awful idea. That is what I call ridiculous.
So yes, a few teething problems for me for it being on ESPN. Obviously, we're in the UK rather than America, to put it on Netflix, but still, adverts were a big no-no for me on premium live events. Yeah. I get that, for UFC maybe, because in between fights when the performers or the fighters are going backstage or they're mopping up the ring, etc. I get that. Or like in between rounds when they're having advice and you got a minute to kill, so you might put a 30-second advert on. I get that, but not a premium live event.
I expect it for Saturday night's main event. That's more of a
of course
thing. But Kelly's no. I think they're making enough money from what they do on a day-to-day basis. They don't need to shove adverts in.
No, not at all.
Where it's not necessary.
Welcome to WWE and money, people.
Okay.
This is what it's all about. Money, money, money. If they didn't already have enough of it. But here we are. Do they're getting paid $150 million just to take WrestleMania there. And and we promote their company for the fun of it. Just because we enjoy talking about it.
Yeah.
I think WWE should start rewarding us for putting up with these adverts, I think. Give us some free belts,
Royalties.
Give us a briefcase. Give us
every week you come on here and find another way to say that the UK deserves a WrestleMania.
Of course I do, because we deserve a WrestleMania.
We do.
We do. Do you not
Heavily.
think we deserve a WrestleMania?
Even when it's just you sat behind this chair doing like a 20-minute update video, you've mentioned the words,
it somehow.
I think the UK deserves WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I will say this, right? And I'm
standing by it.
Do you know, I'm going to start making TikToks about this. Day one of asking WWE to bring WrestleMania to the UK. And even if I have to do it for as long as the Man United fan with the big hair, I will still do it. I do not care. We will get a WrestleMania in the UK, and it will be all because of me. Thank you very much. Adios. Good night.
Not shaving my hair until the UK.
It's just a WrestleMania.
Imagine you, right? If WWE announced a WrestleMania, you'd probably cry, and I'd definitely cry. And I would cut my own leg off to get a ticket for that.
Wow.
Even if it wasn't a media ticket, just a normal ticket to go as a fan. I'd cut my own leg off.
There would be a lot of dry tears in the studio.
Dry tears. We would be in London, in Wembley Stadium, watching Cody Rhodes. No, because all that'll happen at Saudi Arabia because they've got a WrestleMania there. But how about we see Rock versus Roman Reigns 2 in 2028 in the UK in Wembley Stadium? You've moved it out of America to go to Saudi Arabia. Let's bring it to the UK, ladies and gentlemen. And now Luke's got his hands in his head, like they're about to cry his eyes out for all this WrestleMania talk. Do you reckon I think WWE deserves a WrestleMania by chance?
I think you do.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Move into a completely different topic.
Yeet.
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee.
We knew that obviously she returned for the first time in 10 years the other week on SmackDown to help her husband CM Punk. And this was going to be her first match back in the company with Punk against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. And that match went half an hour. It's her first match back, but yeah, it's the longest match in her career.
Very interesting match. Very entertaining, let me say that first. A few of the spots were very interesting. I particularly enjoyed the table spot they were planning to do, where there was one point where Seth and Becky were going to go through a table, but that...
Is that a Slim Jim table?
No, it was the announce table.
Okay.
The two announce tables, they were... I think it was a backdrop, I think they were planning. But somehow that went awry. And yeah, AJ didn't miss a beat in that match. She looked very fluid. Basically like she's never been away.
Yeah, it looked exactly like that.
Yeah.
Are we looking forward to seeing more AJ Lee in the ring?
I am, yes.
Could we see her a future event that happens in the other side of the world? I know it's a bit early, but do you think...
I honestly thought he was going to say, do you think we'll see AJ Lee when WrestleMania comes to the UK?
I mean...
I genuinely thought that's what I was about to say. He was going to go back down that tangent.
Luke, do you think we'll see AJ Lee in Sunday when they bring WrestleMania to the UK?
Well, on topic, she's been obviously involved with Becky and Seth, but I see it as she's possibly going after the IC title.
Yeah, I think
I could see that.
Could we see it? Actually, this is a genuine question now, and yes, it does involve WrestleMania, but not in the UK. I'm on about the one in Las Vegas now. That happens in April.
Okay.
I know it's a bit early, but do we think we see AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch in a match at WrestleMania for the IC?
I see AJ Lee facing Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania, dream match for both of them. I see AJ Lee facing Becky Lynch at Crown Jewel.
And who wins?
AJ Lee.
Okay, and maybe Roxanne Perez challenges AJ Lee for
Mania.
Roxanne Perez will win.
And what happens to AJ Lee then? Does she retire again, or does she?
No, she's got a multi-year deal, man.
No,
she'll be around for a good.
The years have been undisclosed, so we don't know.
They say this.
There's so many match types and so many things she hasn't done that weren't available to her when she was first around.
Yeah, look, there's a whole
Women's Royal Rumble she's never been in. Women's Elimination Chamber she hasn't been in.
It's obvious she's going to be in the Rumble. It's obvious.
Really
obvious. Probably end up winning it. If
no, she won't.
Who else is going to win it? It's not going to be Liv Morgan. Get out.
Who's going to win it, Jack?
He's going to say
Liv Morgan.
He's going to say Liv Morgan. Of course, he's going to say Liv Morgan. Who do you think will win the Rumble? And don't you dare say Liv Morgan.
Way too early to predict that.
But could you, if you had to guess right now, who'd it be?
Well, it could very genuinely could very well be Liv Morgan. I mean, back from injury.
Odds on it being Charlotte Flair again.
Death taxes.
And Charlotte Flair always getting a title opportunity every time she returns to the company. This company baffles me.
Anyway. Yeah, AJ Lee, I thought she was great. I thought that match was great.
Very fun match.
Yes, I think if you're going to have two people stood opposite you for your first match in 10 years, it's going to be Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. You know, Cody Rhodes returned to the company in the first time in like 5 years. He was against Seth Rollins. So I think we've seen Seth be that kind of guy that can get a good match out of anyone, no matter how long they've been away for. So, and Becky Lynch is the same on the women's side. The greatest female superstar of all time. It's not just her saying it. Other people are saying it.
Other people have said, yeah.
Sports Illustrated are saying it.
The Argos have even said it, apparently.
Yeah, that's Luke talking rumours. That
Yes.
Me talking rumours.
yeah.
And Jack, talk to me about everyone in the studio's favourite tag team.
Yes.
Or two of people in the studio's favourite tag team.
There is a Crown Jewel on the horizon.
No, not that bit. Favourite tag team. Who reunited at Wrestlepalooza?
The Usos.
The Usos. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They came out to the Usos theme.
The old theme for about 5 seconds.
And then they cut to Jey Uso's theme so they could eat.
4 letters.
Talk to me about the Usos, Jack.
It was... I'm going to talk about the vision first.
Okay, go on.
First of all, it was a very well-deserved win for their vision. I didn't see them getting the win over the Usos unless they have something big planned for them, which they looking like they do. A few spots that they did in that match were very sort of interesting because of LA Knight being involved as guest referee, where he turned away at some points and looked away, and at one point he was obviously arguing with each and every one of them at one point.
Do we see either Jey Uso or LA Knight turning heel over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah.
If there is anyone, I think it'll be Jay.
How would you feel? Go on.
Yes, sure.
Go on. I can sit back.
You think Jey Uso, the biggest babyface in the company right now,
Yeet.
Swerve.
is going to turn
Big
heel?
Swerve.
Yeet.
Yes.
It's going to be LA Knight.
Yeet.
Do you think it's going to be LA Knight? Or Jey
I
Uso?
don't think any of them will turn.
Who do you think is going to turn?
I don't think any of them will turn.
You don't think no one's going to turn?
No.
So what do you think it's going to be then?
I mean, if you look at who we've got on the heel side at the moment, you've got Brock,
Yeah.
you've got Drew McIntyre, you've got Seth, obviously, as your world champion. You don't need another person to turn heel. I think you've got enough you haven't got enough baby faces. You got Punk. I know Cody's the champion on SmackDown, but you got on Raw, especially you got Punk, Uso, you've got LA Knight, and they're kind of the ones in the main event scene at the moment.
Yeah.
So I don't see anyone turning. I mean, you've got John Cena, but is he really going to get involved with Seth Rollins in the world title?
Maybe we need a few call-ups from NXT.
Maybe he gets involved with the Brock stuff. If Brock's on the heel side of things.
Brock seems to be on SmackDown at the moment.
Brock is definitely a heel. He's definitely a heel.
And John's a babyface of one. They just...
Anyway.
Anywho.
The Usos.
Yes.
Do we think that this is a one-off? I know we mentioned about just a couple of seconds about one-offs. Do we think this is a one-off, or could we see the Usos back as a full-time tag team going forward? If we do, how important would that be to the Raw or just WWE tag teams as a whole?
I think this is a one-off.
Okay.
One-off. Purely because I want to see Big Jim win a singles title.
Okay. Same question to you, Curtis. Do we see this being a one-off, or do we think that we'll see the Usos tagging going forward?
I feel it could be a one-off, but I think they could reunite somewhere along the line to War Games again and be in the War Games match together.
Because they did that last year, didn't they? Because obviously we got the OG bloodline versus this new bloodline.
Yeah, I don't know though. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's like what with them being obviously real life brothers. I think they can team at any point in their career.
Oh yeah, of course they can. They
still have amazing chemistry.
Just don't let them go against each other.
Oh, because that was super kick after
super kick
after
super kick
after
super kick
after
super kick
after.
Yeah, we all know where we're going.
Yeah.
Was it a super kick after super kick by chance?
It was.
I think it was. Anyway, Jack, talk to me about the next Premium Live event on the horizon.
In October, the next Premium Live event is the 11th, which is ironically the same day as One Food Festival.
Here in Newport anyway.
Anyway, yes.
So that's going to be a bit of an awkward one, isn't it? Because not only are you at Food Festival, not only are you potentially at Food Festival, I'm at Food Festival filming all day. So
wow,
you're going to just see us three backstage, just on our phones watching the event.
There'll be no podcast the day after because none of us will watch it. We'll have to come in on the Monday and watch it.
Yeah.
Oh well,
We'll find a way. We always do.
There's a reason why we're talking about Crown Jewel now as segment 3, isn't there, Jack?
There is. Yes, one match has already been announced
Already, we're still
for the men's Crown Jewel Championship.
We're 3 weeks away, aren't we?
3 weeks.
3
weeks. Yeah. It is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
Yes, it is.
Is one match
for the Crown Jewel Championship.
Potentially, the women's side is obviously going to be Stephanie Vaquer versus possibly Tiffany, Nia,
or
Tiffany.
Jade.
Before we move on, how do we feel about Stephanie Vaquer beating Io Sky for the women's world title last night?
I'm
well deserved.
Very
much deserved.
Very pleased.
Very much deserved.
You should be very proud. Very proud.
I think right winner.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yes.
I think Io's had a run, and I mean the way they played it out.
The show of respect afterwards.
Io congratulated her, showed her respect, and said, "Well done, you did kind of deserve it in a way." I think that was the route that they were going to go down anyway. At some point, Stephanie Vaquer was going to take the title off Naomi further down the line. Maybe not as quickly as they did, but I think well deserved champion, and I feel like. She's going to go far with this belt.
I'm going to put it out there now. She is going on an unbeaten run.
Like a Roman Reigns level run.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so yes. 1,316 days, was it?
Something like that.
Maybe not 1,000.
It'll be
a lot.
It'll be a year, right?
At least.
I don't know. I think it depends. It really does depend. Because could we see... Is Rhea going to appear at Crown Jewel?
It likely is.
Do we see her appear?
In some capacity, yes, she will appear.
Is she going to have a match, or is she going to interfere with the Crown Jewel Championship women's match?
In heel.
I see her interfering.
Do we see her in
baby faces?
Costing whoever is the challenger.
Do we see that?
Potentially.
Cool.
Potentially.
Because you want to get her on the card, don't you, in some way?
Of course. I feel like your two main Australian wrestlers that are out there, Bronson Reed and Rhea Ripley. Those are the well-known ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to get those both.
Yes. And Crown Jewel Championship. Now, we saw it introduced last year in Saudi Arabia. We thought it was exclusive to Saudi Arabia because of, the diamonds on it and the money involved in making this belt.
The branding, yes.
Not.
Yes, apparently not.
Because I thought they were being kept on show at the Saudi Arabian.
They are.
They are.
They're on
the ones they use for Saudi.
Is this being confirmed for the Crown Jewel Championship?
Yes.
I prefer them using the rings. The rings are very, very sort of Super Bowl like. What are your matches you would like to see added, Curtis?
Well,
if there was to be a match added.
What, my predictions for what match could be added?
For Crown Jewel, yes.
For Crown Jewel, I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Crown Jewel Women's Championship. If Tiffany Stratton doesn't lose on Friday,
she's not losing.
I don't think she will. No. I think she's going to keep that. But as kind of Crown Jewel on a whole and on the horizon, I think I'm going to. I'm very excited for another major event in Australia. I feel like it's going to be interesting.
The same place they held Elimination Chamber.
Yes. I feel like it's going to be interesting between Cody and Seth, because Cody is a babyface, Seth is a heel. Do they have the babyface win, or do they keep the boost with Seth going on? I don't know.
I think Seth will win.
And then it wouldn't surprise me. The women's match, I think it'll either be Stephanie and Tiffy. But a main question mark is, could we see Brock Lesnar?
I think you've said this off here as well.
Versus Corey Graves. Couldn't we see that? You don't think
we could? I mean, we saw
there is a potential there.
But even if it's a squash match, do we see it?
Potentially, but what would that add to anything?
I don't know. Corey Graves steps in the ring for the first time in 10 years.
Again, defending his friend Michael Cole.
Defends his friend Michael Cole.
Similar to what Pat McAfee did.
Gets beaten up by Brock Lesnar.
Against Gunter.
Going back to the Crown Jewel match, I think where we'll see things is I think the Vision will get involved.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. There's no way
Cost
they're
Cody,
getting
Seth will
involved.
win,
Seth will win, yeah.
and then that'll give Cody legitimate reason to go after them in War Games. So it's the way I think we're going to go down that road.
Interesting.
Personally, but Brock Corey, we could see that. I don't know what Brock's schedule's going to be like. He was always wasn't the most active in the first place when he was around even 10 years ago. So I don't know if he's going to be that involved. I think he'll do War Games. He'll probably do the Rumble, maybe Chamber, maybe WrestleMania next year, and then that could be Brock, maybe. See him hopefully face Gunther finally. Maybe Braun Breaker.
Braun. I want to see Braun retire him.
And maybe that'll be it. But yeah, I just think it's interesting that the Crown Jewel Championships are going to stick around for this. That's what I was going to look at. I was going to look on Wikipedia to see if the Crown Jewel Championships are going to be attached to this, because
it's an awful design belt.
I mean, it's just a belt with loads of money on it, isn't it? If you look at the diamonds
and stuff, yeah. I as I've said, I prefer the rings.
Yeah, so the WWE Crown Jewel Championship. So
Okay.
it's going to be interesting who wins. I think we saw it last year with Gunther losing. It was kind of the first match he lost in a good while. So since WrestleMania anyway. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins, who loses, and how that affects the loser. Because are you then seen as the weaker champion? Are you seen as kind of not as important, not as good as the other champion?
I doubt it, because it's not necessarily like if they're going to win, they're going to go on to do other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's necessary to just give Seth a bit more of a rub from Cody. I mean,
should we talk about AEW?
We shall.
Because
you shall.
I shall. Yes. I'll take it away. You two sit back and relax, because yesterday. Let's take it from literally. Yesterday, the reason why Wrestlepalooza happened was basically because of All Elite Wrestling and them hosting All Out in Toronto yesterday afternoon, evening, our time over here in the UK. It was nice to have a premium live a pay-per-view on 8 o'clock at night.
That's why they should bring WrestleMania to the UK. Just saying.
I mean, AEW have proven that if you do a major stadium show in the UK, it works, haven't they, Curtis?
Exactly.
It does.
We was there last year. Why can't...
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. It was quite fun, actually. I enjoyed the media room as well. It was a fantastic experience.
It was.
We got treated very well.
It was. And yeah, I think that AEW potentially put on the better pay-per-view yesterday.
Oh,
really? Really?
Match quality, yes. There were no issues with adverts between matches, and
there were.
And they had genuine surprises. Beth Phoenix, for example, came out to help her husband Adam Copeland, or Beth Copeland as they called him, because obviously they can't use Beth Phoenix.
Exactly.
Tony Storm losing the Women's World title was a massive shock yesterday.
I'll tell you what wasn't a massive shock. Mercedes Moné retaining her... How many belts did she...
Bajillion belts.
It was the TBS title. She has 8 other belts, so she has 9 in total.
Yeah, 9. That's ridiculous.
Apparently she wants to break the record for most titles held, which is...
And do you know why, she wants to break the record?
I hope she loses them.
Creative control over her own matches, even though she and Tony can't say otherwise.
She doesn't.
She does.
I hope she loses them all at once.
Yeah. She doesn't.
How about someone I know who could take those rubbish belts off her?
Just never be seen again because it's too many.
Anyway.
Shocking.
Chris Statlander is your new AEW Women's World Champion, Jack.
Yeah,
are you excited?
It was a long old reign from Tony Storm.
It was since the start of the year, but Tony Storm's gimmick is so good.
Well deserved winner. She doesn't need a belt to get her gimmick over.
No,
her gimmick is
on point. She won the title off Mariah May all those months ago.
Yeah.
And since then, Mariah May's debuted in WWE.
She has.
And is now on NXT herself. But I really enjoyed All Out. I thought it was a great pay-per-view. The main event was great. It was a little bit interesting. They did this with All Out or All In as well, which I think was deliberate. Was the main event crossed over with Wrestlepalooza. So for about half an hour, I had Wrestlepalooza on my TV screen. I was watching All Out, the end of All Out on my laptop.
Of course.
Which I think was deliberately done by AEW to try and keep as much of their audience for as long as possible. Even though the match on the other side was Brock against John, you know, two legendary names in professional wrestling, I still think that they did that just to try and keep some people over. And the main event, I've got to say, between Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher for the AEW World title, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It was genuinely unbelievable. It was such a good match, with obviously Hangman Page retaining. Another match to go and see if you haven't already is the tables and tax match between MJF and Mark Briscoe, which it's been a busy couple of weeks for MJF. He's been a busy old boy as Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He got married last week, and he was off to film a movie, and then he was off to wrestle in CMLL, where he lost the world title to Mystico. And then he wrestled the day later in Toronto, Canada, and lost to Mark Briscoe. And I was off to film a movie again, so I don't know when we'll see MJF again. He's still got his contract for a title shot at any point.
Still hasn't cashed that in.
He cashed it in at Forbidden Door, but then he made Hangman say that it wasn't going to be for his contract. So we still got that in his locker. So I think at some point MJF will beat Hangman Page for the world title. I don't know when. Potentially a Revolution next year. But I think that it was a really, really good event, and it just shows that AEW can put on as good as, even if not even better events than WWE when they try their best to. Even though some people in this room might not like that.
Yeah.
It's a thing for you, based on what Tony Khan said and what people have asked him, kind of. Obviously, WrestleMania was going to Saudi Arabia in 2 years' time. Sorry to break it to you, Curtis. What Tony Khan has kind of hinted at is doing a big Revolution is kind of their pay-per-view around WrestleMania time.
Yeah.
This pay-per-view of the year. What he's kind of hinted at is doing a really, really big major show that time of year, like a big stadium show for AEW, because there's no WrestleMania and because the demand in America will probably be quite big.
But this is the problem.
How would you feel about that?
This is the problem, right? How can the Americans, right, get all funny about moving an event to another country? They definitely got funny about it when it gets moved to the UK, because they hate the timings of it. They also hate the fact that it's moved to Saudi Arabia. The UK fans also hate it as well, which is understandable. But you can't hate it when you've had the last... How many WrestleMania? This is the first time WrestleMania has left America and...
Besides Canada.
So for 40... How many Manias have we had? 42 Manias? We had 42? Or was it...
We're on 41. 42 is coming up in Las Vegas next year.
Okay, so we've had... They've had 41 WrestleManias. For 41 years, it hasn't left America. 41 years. For the first time in 41 years, it's left America. It's going to a place where they don't really deserve it, but they think they deserve it because they're rich. That's the honest truth. Because they've got money, they've paid a lot of money for it. They've got it. WWE say, "Oh yeah, we're getting offered loads of money here. Oh yeah, we'll go there again." They've done the exact same thing with Las Vegas. They wouldn't go to Las Vegas twice, back to back, unless the money was there. The money is there. And they're still even trying to get more money by putting adverts in the premium live events. It's all about money these days. And unfortunately, the UK doesn't have 150 million to blurt on a WrestleMania for 2 days.
The question is, where is all this money going?
You'd be able to find that money, wouldn't you? Just to go WrestleMania?
No. I could pay for a minute of professional wrestling at WrestleMania.
Where did all this money go in? That's the question.
That is the important question, but we haven't got time to answer that today. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
We will catch you next week. It'll just be me and Jack next week, but we will catch you for another edition of the Are You Ready Wrestling podcast. We'll see you then.